Are you still bouncing from one productivity app to the next? Instead of forcing your tasks into yet another tool, why not build one that fits the way you work? In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a custom app in Replit with absolutely no coding skills. Hello everyone, Scott Friesen here at Simpletivity, helping you to simplify your tools and take back control. So let's get started by showing you an app that I built earlier this morning. It took me a total of 15 minutes to build, and then you'll learn how you can build anything that you want with absolutely no code. So when it comes to the way I like to work, I like to identify one large, one medium, and one small task that I can focus on each and every day. And I even like to give myself some helpful time frames as to how long those tasks should be. So I've created something that I can use each and every day to help me with my focus. So maybe my large goal for today is I am going to record a new video. I'm going to hit enter. That's going to bring me to my medium goal. My medium goal is maybe I'm going to write this week's newsletter. That's going to be my medium goal for today. And then my small goal is I'm going to catch up on some email. So you can see that it's adding those goals here at the bottom of the page. And when I've finished entering in my small goal, I'm brought to a new screen where I can clearly see the name of my large goal. I've even decided to include a timer here because I tend to work well when working against or with a timer. And then when I'm done, I can mark complete at the bottom. So when I'm ready to start my focus, I can hit start, and I've got a timer here. I can minimize this window and just come back when I need to, or I could just have it maybe as a small browser window in the lower right-hand corner. When I'm all done, I can come down here and say mark as done, and it's going to lead me to, you guessed it, my medium task. Again, I can start the timer here. I don't have to start the timer. You may also notice that I added the functionality to pause the timer if I'm taking a break or if I'm walking away from my computer. I'm going to mark that as done. Then my last small task, I'm going to mark as done. And when I've completed everything, lots of confetti, all of my tasks are complete, and I can enjoy the satisfaction of reviewing the 3 tasks that I completed today. Then at the bottom, I've got a simple reset button, which is going to bring me all the way back to the start. This app does not exist anywhere else. I built it from scratch in as little as 15 minutes. It is just for me the way I like to work. So why don't you do the same thing for your business or for the way that you like to work? What I am using is Replit. You can go to replit.com to get started for yourself. Now, Replit is what is called a vibe coding tool. If you're not familiar with that term, vibe coding essentially means we can build any application that we want without any type of coding skills. We can use natural language. We can give it prompts and instructions very much like other AI tools such as ChatGPT or Google's Gemini. Just have a natural conversation. So we can tell it to add these features, behave in this way without knowing any type of code. So let me jump into my Replit account and let's see if we can build another app together so you can be familiar with how to do this for yourself. So here I am within the home screen, and it's just waiting for me to describe an idea. I can give it as much or as little detail as I want. So in my example, this is the set of instructions that I gave it. I want to build a tiny, self-contained, daily task-focused tool that encourages clarity and consistency. It should include the following key features: simple input form with daily tasks. I've even included the maximum number that I want, 3. Only one task shown at a time. Mark a task as done, and then the next one appears. And optional here, I said task reset at the end of the day. Now, as we start this process, I do not expect it to build exactly what it did before. And remember, I had to make a few adjustments. But I want to show you with just a few simple instructions, this is not even 100 words, how quickly you can start building your own apps. I'm going to come over here and hit that start button. It's going to bring me into a new screen and start doing its magic on the back end. Now, when you first get started with Replit, when you first give it its first set of instructions, it may take a little bit of time to not only compile everything that you've given it to fully understand what you're wanting, because it needs to get started with a bit of a framework, a bit of a foundation. But I can guarantee that in less than just a few minutes, you're going to have a functioning app, something that you can start to toy around with, start to play around with, and then adjust to your needs. And in this example, in about 2.5 minutes, it's already built the app for me. This is the first iteration of our app just based on those very simple instructions. So it's given it a name, daily focus. What are your top 3 priorities? I see that I've got a field here that I can enter in. My list is empty. I can only assume that is where our list is going to populate. And then we can start our focus mode down below. So the great thing here is that not only has it built out the visuals of our app, we can start using it right away. We can start testing out this app. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, this is where we are going to continue to have our conversations. At the very bottom here, this is our input field where we can ask it questions, we can give it instructions. I want to move this here, I want to add this feature, but it's also going to show you what it has done. So for example, here again is the first prompt or the first set of instructions that I gave it. And then down below, it's sort of giving me a summary of what it is doing, what it has done. Yes, it's going to run entirely in the browser, and it's even going to give me a notification. You can try it now. Let me know if you'd like any adjustments to the styling or the behavior. So I don't need to do anything else here on the left-hand side. I can come right over here and start to test out this app. So I'm just going to be very basic for testing. I'm going to say this is task 1. Perfect. Task 1 is down below. This is task 2. And then this is task 3. Okay, so far this looks good. Maximum 3 tasks reached. That's great. Remember, I said I want it to only have 3. I could have less, but I want a maximum of 3. Now I've got a remove button here on the right-hand side, and I can select Start Focus Mode. So now this is great. I've got my task 1. It's big and bold. Remember, I didn't specify that I wanted a timer like the first app that I showed you, but I can come down here and quickly tell it, yes, please add a countdown timer, maybe different durations. Maybe I want to be able to input a new countdown timer for each individual task. Let's just continue to test out this version as it is. I'm going to say mark is done. Perfect. Task 2, it even has given me a completion percentage here on the right-hand side. I'm going to mark that as done. I'm 2/3 of the way through. Task 3, I'm going to mark as done. Hey, I'm all done. Let's see if we want to start fresh again tomorrow. So no matter what you see here, you can change absolutely everything. And we don't just mean coming in here and changing the text. I mean, I can tell it exactly what I want to change down here in the bottom. So let's return to our prompt box and let me just highlight a few different things that you should be aware of. Yes, we can just start to enter in anything that we want. I can give it any instructions and it will make changes to this app live. But there's some other helpful tools available to you as well. For example, if you select the /, you can integrate any of your apps with other popular apps that you may already be using, including OpenAI, Asana, Dropbox, Gmail, Google Calendar. If you want to create something that integrates directly with some of your other productivity tools, you can do that here as well. Now, down below, we can also be very specific. So for example, if I want to add my own logo or a particular image, I can use the Add the Attachment feature. But perhaps the feature I've been using most frequently is this Select an Element option. Rather than telling it, oh, please change the title or move this a little more to the right, I can choose Select Element, and then I can come over here and hover over the different elements here here on the screen. So for example, maybe I want to change not only the name, but also the color of the button down below. I'm going to select that, and now it knows that I'm talking specifically about the button. I'm going to say change color to green and text to let's get started. Okay, something like that. I'm going to hit enter on my screen, and now it's going to know exactly what I'm referring to. And the more complex or the more features that you add to your app, I think the more helpful that select element feature is, that you're pinpointing exactly what it is you want to change. And here we're seeing again in real time. It may need to refresh the screen in order to do so, but now I've got my green button, and yes, now the text is changed to let's get started. Now, after you've added all of your features and tested it out here within the preview window, you can come up here to the top right-hand corner and select publish. This will allow you to publish your app so that you can use it within any web browser. Of course, you have the control if you want to make your app private or public, but this is your way of creating something specifically for your needs. So if you still haven't found the perfect tool for you or your team, why not build it yourself? Go to replit.com and get started today. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy one of the 2 videos on screen now. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you deserve to work without feeling overwhelmed.